evening, everyone. How is everybody doing today? Let me adjust this. I'm not digging that. No, not digging that. Oh, I think that might be a little better. Yes. All right. So, lately, I have been talking a whole heck of a lot about parenting and spending more time with your kids and the benefits of spending more time with your kids and all this good old stuff, because I am all about my kid. I like being around my kid. I like seeing my kid all the time. I don't miss none of her events. Never have. I've always been to all of her school events. I've always been to all of her sporting events, her practices. I don't miss nothing. And I don't ever want to. I don't ever plan to start. So, since I have been on a roll with parenting all day, I've been on a roll for a couple of weeks, but really hardcore today. I have been seriously pumping out some parenting stuff lately today. So since I've been on that, I thought maybe we would talk some more about parenting and parenting tips. First of all, thank you guys for joining me. Those of you that are on, for some reason, I cannot see who's on. It's not showing me, so drop me a comment. Let me know you're here. Say hey. If you're catching the replay, hashtag replay. And if you find this information at all valuable, hit the share button and share it with your friends and family. If not, then don't worry about it. It's all good. You don't have to if you don't want to. Alright, so let's just jump into it, alright? I got 4 parenting tips that are more effective in the professionals and medical and scientists and all the experts' eyes. These are more effective parenting tips. Whoa! She missed the basketball goal. Whoops! And we got it. You almost had it. You could have bounced that off my shoulder and it would have went right in. Boosh!
No, I couldn't.
Yeah.
I suck at basketball.
Or if I would have been paying attention, I could have laid it up for you. Whoops! Alright, guys, so let's get it. Number 1 is boosting their self-esteem. This is incredibly important, and I hope it's common knowledge. But if it's not, then let me drop some wisdom on you. Oh, hey, Sonia. Thanks for joining us. I can see you. If y'all are here, drop me a comment. Let me know. I know there's a couple of people on. I can see the number, but I don't see any names other than I seen Sonia when she just hopped on. So, hey, Sonia, how are you? How is everybody else tonight? I hope you're fabulous. And as I said, number 1 is boosting their self-esteem. Kids start developing their sense of self as babies. As little tiny babies, they start developing their sense of self. And if you didn't know, you should know. Yes, you're on time. That's a first for you. Ha ha ha. And if you didn't know, not only do they start learning it as a baby, but they also learn everything they know from you. Of course, their parents. The people they spend the most time with is where they get everything from, and that includes their self-esteem. They learn everything they learn from every expression, every tone in your voice, your body language. They absorb it all, and it affects their self-esteem. Make them feel proud by praising their accomplishments, no matter how big or small. You want your kids to grow up with a high self-esteem and a confidence. You want them to know that they matter, not just to you, but to everybody. You want them to have a self-worth and a self-love. These are things that if they're not done when they're young, when you become an adult, it is hard to break that pattern of not loving yourself, not caring about yourself, thinking you're worthless. That is hard to break. Trust me, I know from experience that it is really hard to get your groove back and to get thinking that you're worth something. So let's build up the children while they're young. Let them do little things on their own so they can feel capable and strong. Don't belittle or compare them to their brothers and sisters. So many parents are bad about this. That makes them feel worthless. Don't compare them to their brothers and sisters and be like, oh, you act more like a baby than your baby brother. Blah, blah, blah. Then not only do you make them feel worthless, but you make them resent their brother or sister or whatever it is. You should, first of all, never belittle your child. I mean, it's a child, but don't do it. Be compassionate. Choose your words wisely when you talk to your kids. Sorry, I'm a wiggle worm today. Yes, I am. Alright, number 2. My kid's throwing stuff at me tonight for some reason. What is up with that evilness? Don't do it. Alright, so catch your kids being good. Have you ever stopped for even a minute to think about how many times you react negatively to your kids during the day? If you did keep a tally daily, would you find out that you criticize or you complain to your child more than you compliment them? I have a feeling that most people will find that they are getting on to their kids more than they are praising them or complimenting them. Research shows that kids respond better to positive reinforcement. Research just shows that. Statistics are high on that. I've looked into it on several different sites. I didn't just go off of one site and be like, oh, okay, this must be the magic. It's all correct right here. No, I actually researched it a lot. And research by several different psychologists say that positive reinforcement is the way to go. It just is. So, let's think about this as an adult, though. How would you feel if your boss treated you with that much negative guidance? No matter how well-intended it was, how would you feel? If your boss was constantly getting on to you and never praising you or even acknowledging that you did good work, how would you feel about it? Hey, Missy, thanks for hopping on. Glad you could join us. A more effective approach is catching your kids doing something good and addressing it, acknowledging it. That is just a more effective approach. Positive reinforcement is just a better way. In so many people's eyes, I definitely agree that it's just a better way. An example of this would be like, hey, you made your bed without me asking. Way to go! Or, hey, I watched you playing with your little sister and I seen you were being very patient with her. Way to go. Congratulations. That's terrific. Anything. It doesn't have to be something big. Just something. These statements do more to encourage good behavior in the long run. You might not always see immediate results, but it does do more in the long run to just notice the small things and praise them on it. And rewards are always a great thing. Everybody likes rewards. All kids like rewards. And for smaller kids, rewards are as simple as a nice word or two, a nice thing is said, hugs, kisses, love, spending a little extra time with them. Those things are rewards to kids. They like stuff like that. Yeah, I'm not saying give them $10 when they do something nice, or when they do something good. Just give them a hug and a kiss and praise them a little. Anyway, number 3 is set limits and be consistent. And this is one thing that research says is something that is not done in most homes. Most parents are not consistent. They will tell their children not to do something one day, and then the next day or even the next hour they get on the phone or something, they stop paying attention, and the kid gets away with it because they weren't listening or they weren't paying attention because they're not consistent. Set limits, set rules. Everybody needs them, including adults. We all need limits in our life anyway. So set limits and stick to them. That's how you grow up to be a responsible adult, is to have limits set for you. So put a system in place and follow it every time. Like, have something where I give you one warning, and if you don't listen to me the first time, you lose a privilege, or you get put in timeout, or whatever, you want to set. But make sure you follow through. Number 4 is make time for your kids. Kids who aren't getting the attention that they want are more often the ones that act out the most, and they become a bit more aggressive than the average child that gets more time spent with them. At least that's what the scientists say, and the doctors. They say that kids that don't get as much attention as they want and need tend to have way more behavior problems than kids that do spend more time with their parents or have a parent that is a stay-at-home parent. Our lives are busy, but making time for our children is very important. Family game nights. Leave the dishes in the sink after dinner one night and take a 10-minute walk with your kids. Wake up 10 minutes early so that you can actually sit down and eat breakfast with your kids. Put notes in their lunch boxes. Just anything to show your kid that they are a priority, they are important to you. Adolescents seem to need less undivided attention than younger kids, so when they are asking for attention, do your best to give it to them, because more often than not, if they're asking for it, they need it. Alright, so there's 4 parenting tips for you. If you like these tips, I have 5 more. Shoot me a message and I'll be happy to send them over to you. Also, if you like these tips and you found them valuable, hit the share button and share them with your friends. If not, then don't hit the share button. If you were here, say hey. Let me know you were here, or hashtag replay. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Again, I got 5 more tips just like this, so if you want them, shoot me a message. Everybody have a wonderful night, and I'll see y'all next time.